Hello folks, welcome back to some more racing. Oof, I wasn't sure whether iRacing was going to show there. I think there's been an OBS update, but all looking good. Back at IMSA tonight. We're going to run open and fixed back. Fixed and then open back to back. Fixed 35 minutes. Open is 45. So we'll just have hopefully just enough time to jump out at the end of this fixed session and then into the open. Last night, if you were with me, thank you. It was a disaster. First half of the race was great. Fumbled the pit stop, got a penalty for speeding, and then caused a collision with the prototype. Thought it was 50-50, reviewed it today, got a second opinion, and yes, analysis complete was my fault. So, a bit frustrated with that. Ping the guy a message because unfortunately, when that prototype then rejoined, even though our contact wasn't much, he then promptly, I didn't see it exactly, but I think he was out the race afterwards. So that sucked. Poor for him, poor for me. And honestly, it is all down to not quite doing enough practice. And well, specifically not doing enough practice for the pit entry, which, is a mistake I shouldn't really be making. But there you go. Continue to learn the lessons. Just doing a little bit of monitor alignment here. I've mentioned it before, but the old pixel shift on these OLEDs can be a little bit of a pain as it just adjusts the window back and forth from time to time, but all good. Right, so the fix is going to rain for sure. The open yesterday was, well, it was dry throughout the race, so it won't rain, but I think it starts off damp, and so I'm guessing that'll be the same. And then the endurance race tomorrow, for some reason I thought was dry, but it does look like there's a high chance of rain. Not heavy, but wet throughout. So this is just going to be some good wet running tonight. This is on the fixed set, obviously, to start with. Haven't done a ton of running in it, but if the track's wet, it's going to be more a case of just trying to manage the traffic, stay alive, have a decent pit stop. And yes, I have just done a pit entry practice. Might go out and do another one, because you know what? That would not hurt. But yes, yesterday was a frustrating evening and totally on me, really. Hate causing incidents, and yeah, I got frustrated after the pit stop. Took less margin than I should have done, and yeah, just one of those things. But anyway, off we go. I was quite happy with how the stream looked last night, though, so made a couple of minor changes for tonight, but nothing major. I felt that the standings box was a little bit heavy last night. Had a lot just because we had the three classes. I was also having like 4 cars either side of me in the GT3 class, which I think I've kept for tonight, but I've just reduced down the amount that we'll see for the other 2 classes down just to 2. So we'll see. I'll take a look. I mean, maybe 3 multi-class and 4 either side of me racing is okay, but when I looked it back, I felt like it covered quite a lot of the stream, so we'll have a look tonight. Now the problem is there's only 33 registered, so I have no idea if this will even go official, assuming that this is all 3 classes. But either way, we'll be racing it because it's just going to be good practice in the wet. The other thing that was really interesting last night is I was getting quite a lot of stuttering on this infield section, and not had that for ages, haven't changed anything. It was surprising, but I noticed that on the stream it didn't really look like you guys were getting any stuttering, so I haven't investigated that today, but that's something I need to look into. Can't really understand why I would see the stuttering, but the stream wouldn't pick that up. And just to be clear, the stream is running off the game footage, it's not running off the screen, if you know what I mean. But why would the game stutter for me and not stutter for you on the stream? So yeah, bit of a mystery. We'll see if it happens again tonight. If so, I guess we're back down the rabbit hole, which I absolutely hate. So we're going to try and do a lap here, but also go into do a pit entrance just in the wet too. So yes, there was a good amount of participation last night in the Open, so hopefully that's the same again, probably because it's dry. So I don't know, it could be a really mixed split in fixed tonight. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Like I said, not worried either way, it'll be good practice. I think in Open last night we had 2 splits, so plenty competitive for me. Hopefully IMSA Endurance is reasonably popular, and this is not a core track like sort of Watkins, Sebring that always get great participation, but it's not too hard a track to learn. It's interesting, a cool undulation, so yeah, it's one I enjoy driving. Don't drive it as often as I probably should. This is a corner that I'm generally terrible at, as you can see.
You got a penalty for cutting the
slow down, interesting. Just for cutting the corner. Alright, let's do a quick pit entry because we're kind of out of time here. I'm assuming you can just cut that. So if you're wondering, if you didn't see last night and you wondered what I did, I couldn't remember where the pit lane limit was on the in, so I ploughed in, got on the brakes on time. That wasn't so much of the problem, but I hit the limiter right off the gap as I entered the pit lane, which is dumb, and I've done it before. Then I realised I was miles away from the pit line once I saw it, took the limiter off, sped up a little bit, got back on the brakes, and then was relying on the limiter, which wasn't on. So promptly got I think a 40 seconds hold, if not longer. So that sucked. We were running in a nice top 10 position until then, and we're kind of pace was good for the cars around us, but then that shuffled us back to P14, incident with Proto, back even further to P16, maybe 17, and then the only reason we finished P14 is because people were running out of fuel. And it seems to be a common occurrence right now, and I'm sure it's people like me who are using the iRacing fuel calculator. I'm set to 0.8 margin now because I've had a few run-ins with it, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. Right, the track looks remarkably dry. This isn't what I was expecting. Oh, it actually might be a dry race. So a little bit of rain, but the track is dry, and you've got to imagine it's not going to get wet enough for wets. Okay, well, dry race. Unexpected, but that's cool. No worries. Right, we'll put the yellow on, a bit more in line with our branding. Let's just jump out, get a quick feel for this fixed setup now that it's actually dry. I don't know if this is probably a bad thing for us, to be honest. Probably slightly more competitive in the wet because I haven't run the fixed set in the dry very often. How many people do we have in this race? Not many, if that is it. Oh, maybe there's more than I can see. We'll have to have a look. Oh, Daniel Gray, I recognise that name. We had a bit of door banging the other day in GT3 class. That one was not my fault, that's for sure. Right, fixed. Loads of grip, loads of downforce, fun. Wow, track just it's so grippy because even last night in the Open, the track was damp to start with, so it kind of felt wet most of the race. And this fixed set's probably got a ton more downforce, or at least some more than the Open set I'll be running later. So yeah, I guess let's go get a bit of a feel for this. Right. Unexpected. I don't know how far the time's going to advance. We'll just check the weather, obviously, before we get into the race. Just checking the conditions here. Pop it up for you guys. Okay, so 50% precipitation for 15 minutes. Interesting. So my guess is we're going to stay on dries. Can't imagine we'd want to go to wets for that. But I guess we'll just see what everyone does. Just checking out actually on dries here. That would be a disaster. Dries. Let's go. Right, no idea what time we're shooting for with the qualies, so this will just be... We'll kind of just see what the time is. But all I can see on my timing screen is 8 people in this class. Oh, try not to get an immediate off track. Yeah, so let's see. If it's just an 8-car race, one fast guy, everyone else kind of around our level, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Could even have just started at the back and just kind of moseyed our way through. Or not, if we've been slow. How funny. I was kind of coming into the fixed session, looking for a little bit of wet condition practice. Get a half decent run up here. Okay, so don't really have a target lap time. To be honest, can't even remember what I set last night. But last night in open, it was a damp track, so I think it was something like a 46. So it was not representative of dry. So I guess we'll just figure out what we got here. Well, terrible T1, waiting super deep, but to get into first and almost stopped on track. So, time to find there. I mean, the car feels super grippy, so let's just hope we can get a representative lap in next time round. I think we'll be at least half a second off here. Not an off track there, just sloppy, time wasting. Yeah, the car's got way more grip than I'm using, but that's okay. Right, 140.9. I doubt we're setting that lap time. Let's hope we're not like 50 miles off there. No idea here. Let's see.
40.9.
Okay, we're in the mix now. Let's do a proper lap, get on top of things. Should be in second gear there. That's okay, let's keep rolling here. This gearing is throwing me off. I think it's slightly different than the open set. The lap's a bit better, honestly. Not that much better actually. All that time was pretty much in T1, I think. So-so. About as good as I can expect given the lack of practice. Yeah, we're not going to be hitting Jay Sanchez time, but hopefully we'll stay in the top 5-ish. We'll see.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Okay, well, yeah, interesting. I mean, we ought to be pretty quick, I guess, other than Mr. Sanchez. Interesting. Thought there'd be more people. Thought it would be wet. So it'll be quite a different race to what I expected. Now, at what point is this rain coming? Almost immediately. But I just can't imagine it's a wet tyre situation. I think I've got to start on dries, to be honest. I don't know how, unless there's a big fast forward here, which is possible in terms of time. Still got a minute to go, so I've got a little bit of time to wait. Interesting. Right, gonna pop to the washroom and then let's go racing. Right, we'll have a decision to make on tyres, I assume, here. Let's see. Basically just need to see how wet the track is when we start and how far this jumps forward. Track is dry. Now it's 20% chance. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be a dry race. Still, a little bit of rain could keep things slightly interesting, but yeah, we're definitely going to start dry. Track is dry. No drama. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. Let's see how this goes
One lap
tonight.
to green. Line up on the right side. The estimated strength of field is 1,882. Pit road is closed. Keep it clean. The DNF today would hurt our points a lot.
So I don't even know if this race has gone official. I don't actually know how you can tell. Yeah, no idea. I mean, the safety rating stuff still applies. Wow, is there only 6 of us on the grid? I don't know. I don't know if that's enough people. Oh no, maybe we can only see, I don't know, maybe we can only see 4 cars behind me. It's probably the same for you guys too. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no. No, we got plenty here. There's a good 15 or so GT3s. So this is cool. No, we'll have a good race here. Oh, I'm quite excited about that. Should be enjoyable.
5 cars left to grid.
Incident count. Could do with keeping that down. That's been a bit of an issue for a while. So yeah, so we've got Juan
Still waiting on
Sanchez.
2 cars to grid.
He's probably just going to send it and be done. 4.5k. Based on the races yesterday, I just don't have, or the race last night, I don't have these guys' pace. But yeah, now the trick will be, can we keep the rest of the field behind us and just run a solid race? And just stay out of trouble. I like the livery on P1 there. Looks pretty fun. Is he? Yeah, looks pretty cool.
4 car. Catch the 3 car. Catch the 26 car. Catch the 10 car.
Juan leaving a bit of a gap here. Safety first, I guess. Tell you, there's so many of these NSXs running. Popular.
About to go green. Stay focused. Pace car is off. Be ready. Green flag. Green flag.
Well, we caught everyone up, Juan. That was not ideal, buddy. It's not really what we want here. Now we're going to get smoked by everyone behind us.
The next car's the leader. Right side. Still there. Still there. Clear on the left. 2 wide. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Car right. 2 wide. Stay on the left. Still there. Hold your line.
Got murdered a bit there.
Car right. Keep to the left. Clear on the right.
Yeah, probably just cut that guy up a little bit. Wasn't trying to, just to be clear.
There's an incident ahead.
Don't need to be out there. Getting a
You've got a
little...
slow car on the right. Car stops on the right. There's an incident ahead. Go right. Go left. Go left.
Well, avoided trouble, but now we're going to get past again. Oh my
Right
god.
side.
I guess we're just happy we're alive.
Fine. No damage to report. Stay on
Right.
the left. Clear on the right. 57.2. Left side. You got a slow car on the left. Clear.
Didn't really want to stay behind that guy for too long. He broke kind of early. So I think we do have the measure of this number 29, but obviously need to get a clean run, so I'm not going to rush this. Plenty of time in 35 minutes. Haven't seen how he breaks into T1, but we will get a run here, so... Just getting enough, I think.
Left side.
didn't get a good enough entry there, so we'll just tuck in here. That was on me, had plenty of overlap there, just did not execute T1 particularly well.
Left side. Keep to the right. Clear.
Yeah. Well, this is fun. We've got something to race. Someone that's faster than us, and I really think we should be getting by, but got to execute the move. So similar run to last lap, maybe not quite as good, we'll see. We're getting the toe now.
41.2. The car in P1, just after fastest lap. 40 even. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Still there. Clear.
Still scruffy, but got it done finally. Right, see if we can execute a clean lap. Obviously don't want him too close to us on the main straight. You can see how powerful the toe was for us. Right, 0.5, so he's going to get a toe. Question is, 0.6, maybe not quite enough. Some artifacting going on in front of me. Something happening with this PC.
You're back in second.
The gear ratios are off compared to what I'm used to. Must be a different gear stacking fix because I'm just not getting the expected reaction in turn one. Oh, it's funny, I was kind of thinking I'd be able to shake this guy, but not at all. So, they'll hook up some better laps here. Okay, pulled a bit more of a gap that lap. Still in tow though. If we can break that, that'll obviously make things a little easier. Oh, 1.5k driver, good on you, Dan. Keeping us honest. adventurous line through there. Not the fastest way, but never mind. Second gear there, to be honest. Trying to get around it in third, just don't feel like the car's doing what I want it to do. Right, second back, just putting a little bit on that. I think Juan Pablo ahead. I'm assuming we're just losing time to him. To be expected, 4.7k, 4.5k, sorry, out of our league.
40.4, that was your fastest lap of the session. The leader is running 40.1.
Yeah, not shaking down easily, he's sticking with us here. That corner, when you get it right, feels lovely. No idea if I'm actually getting it right, but that one really felt like it flowed and knitted together. Super. These ones, however, not my favourite. Oh, yes, much prefer second gear there. Not 100% sure it was faster necessarily. Right, how long do we have in the race? Yeah, so we're all going to have to fill up. We've got 0.8 margin. Yeah, I guess others may take less of a margin, but I just can't afford to. With how the races have been going. Let's maybe find the apex next lap there. Disaster T1. Right, might start doing a mild fuel save. I don't know how much that's going to help us in fixed, but let's just take a look at what we're over the line. Okay, so in fuel save we'll get a lap here, so we'll start doing that. Still got 11 laps, I'm assuming.
40.6.
We'll have to do some fairly big fuel saving, but it's okay.
Faster car coming up quick.
Still missing the apex, lovely.
Faster traffic approaching. Car on your left. Clear.
Okay, do have a bit of margin here, so let's do some more.
Right side, group of faster cars approaching. Still there, hold your line. 20 minutes to go. Clear on the right. Right side. Clear.
Bit messy, but nothing too worried. Don't lose too much time. This is weird. It's going to be a splash and dash. I'm assuming. Well, I hope everyone's not just doing massive fuel save.
One, just set the fastest lap. 39.7.
Well, guess we'll find out.
41.2.
Oh, hello Apex. Haven't seen you for a while.
Coming up quick.
Okay, just letting Dan back in here with his fuel saving. Got to be a little bit careful.
Car on your left. Clear.
Just kind of want to make sure I keep him out of draft, really. We know that he's, to be honest, not that much slower than us, really. Right, what are we over the line? Oof.
41.2.
1.0, so we've still got to do some big saving here. So a little bit of short shifting, I'm still not saving quite enough, so big lift here. Little wide there, but we're still making time up and down. So we're 8.2 here, so we're getting closer now, so that's good. Just want to keep up the same fuel save.
40.6.
Okay, yeah, we're looking a little better here, that's good. Woohoo, a T1 that didn't suck. And a fuel save.
Faster traffic approaching.
Very respectful. Thank you, whoever that was. Colin Showler. Okay, so all the gaps down again. Again, we'll check what we're at with the line. Oh yeah, we've been really getting some good fuel save on now. Lovely.
41.5, 40.8.
So it looks like we've got plenty of margin now. Good. What I hope though is that I'm not just going to be caught out and that this whole thing was a massive fuel save. People are going to somehow get to the end, but you would have had to have saved almost a full lap. Which seems unlikely, I think. Too slow around here. Sloppy lap this one. Still, cat to down is kind of just high, 1 second, 1.8, 1.9, so totally fine.
Coming up quick.
Lovely, see you later, Jaden.
40.8.
For margin's huge, I'll probably push a little harder now.
Lap down.
Wow, gap is... Oh. What's going on? Don't know. Maybe there's been a bit of Barney behind us here.
Traffic approaching. Car right. Clear.
Bit of a last minute dive, but it's all good. We had a bit of a fuel save going on, so no problem. Well, we're not setting the time sheets alight here, but this is weird. So we're in second, and then it's Richard behind. So, incidents. 5 laps to go. Plenty of margin.
41.2.
See how we get on. P2 LMP2 behind us.
Coming up quick. Left side. Stay on the right. Clear on the left.
Obviously don't want to do what I did last night and drift out. Much more cautious tonight. And to be honest, that was really just born out of frustration.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel.
Not with the prototype last night, but with my own driving and my own mistakes.
Keep it up, we're in a great spot.
Yeah, like I said, my only worry here is that, you know, this isn't some like fuel-saving epic which I have missed out on and everyone else is crushing. Can't imagine anyone is running this pace and not pitting, but well, we'll find out shortly. That's very kind of Owen here.
Car on your left. Clear.
Right, so we've got Hector hooking it here. He's cooking. To be honest, where he positioned his car, I thought he was going to send that. So that really surprised me. Kind of went all out of his way, expecting a full send. Didn't happen.
Faster traffic approaching.
Right, let's make sure I took the tyres off. In a disaster.
Right side. Clear on the right.
I hate doing this mid-race because my buttons are so finicky here. Okay, we're set. 0.8 margin.
1.1.
Not really putting in much gas, but oh well. Alright, 5 seconds gap still, so totally fine with space here. So, pitting in 2 laps. Have to say, I really didn't expect this to be so quiet tonight. I kind of expect fixed to be more popular than open, so I guess we'll see what's going on with open. I suppose open provides better practice for the endurance. Can only imagine that the weather also was a factor for fixed. But who knows? Right, fuel wise, 2.6, 2.5 laps left, so we've got plenty of margin, 6.5 litres, 7 litres going in. So real splash and dash, and if we're the only ones doing that, brutal. Let's hope not. Juan Pablo's come down a bit, so he must be fuel saving too. But as I said, an adventure.
Faster traffic approaching. 5 minutes to go.
What's interesting is I've not heard anyone else pitting, so I don't know. This is a mild concern. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. There's nothing we can do. 1.5 laps, so we're going to be pitting next time round.
40.5.
Let's just hope we're not alone.
The leader
That
is
would be awful.
40.7. The car behind you pitting.
Phew! Well, we'll at least won't lose that place. Yeah, I didn't realise it would be such a close run thing. I wonder if you really aggressively fuel saved, if you could make it. So not had the same stutters as yesterday, so that's good news. The race is a lot quieter and it also isn't raining, but I guess we'll see. But I was getting terrible stutters all around this infield. It wasn't the whole lap yesterday, but it also wasn't raining in the race yesterday, but there was spray, so I mean it was slightly different conditions. Right, box.
Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel.
Wow, leader's going again. Good effort, buddy. He has been fuel saving hard.
Faster traffic approaching. Pit box in 10.
Right, pit limiter on. In second gear. Trying not to hammer through the fuel.
3, 2, 1. Right here.
Oh my god, too far forward. Nightmare. We only need to be in here for like 2 seconds. Oh my god. Oh, penalty! No! 2 nights running. You have got to be kidding me. Oh. Tell you, this has been a rough week. Reversing in the pit lane. That is brutal. Oh, what do you know? It has been one of those weeks. One of those weeks. Oh, God, that's just wild. Absolutely wild. Right, this is going to cost us, obviously.
Move it.
Gotta laugh at that. You know, I don't think I've ever got a penalty for that before. It was such a small reverse too. Oh well, whatever. Let's see what we can chase down with the like 0 laps to go. Oh my god. P2 down to P13. What a disaster. This is not... it's just not been a good week. Oh my god. Oh, you gotta laugh. Right, come on. Let's see if we can hunt this guy down. What is it with these pit stops at Fuji? Cannot get a clean one. Still, gotta see the funny side of that one. I can tell you, there's not going to be much fuel saving happening now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. What an absolute disaster.
Faster car coming up quick. Car stop on the left.
Oh, I'm so frustrated with myself. Second night running. Not going to let it bog me down. But it's just so stupid. And I really didn't expect that. I don't know if it was because I didn't get into reverse straight away, so I did nudge forward. Oh, 1 lap to go. Just totally killed it. Oh my god. Oh man, God laugh. So people just couldn't quite make it, so that's interesting.
Faster traffic approaching. The leader's fitting now. Right side. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the right. Left side. Stay on the right. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Well, that was going to be iRacing recovery tonight, but just like last night, threw it away in the pit stop. What a disaster. These mistakes better pay off the endurance tomorrow. We get them out of the system tonight. Right, P13. Is this going to be P12? P12. Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, there's live racing for you. Guess we'll take the safety rating as the positive. It's just such a disaster. Right, we've got to look at this pit lane incident. I really didn't expect to get done there. Whilst we look at that, I'm just going to make sure we're registered for the next race. How long do we have here? Just double check. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes, alright, so we can give it a minute. Right, let's have a quick look at this. What an idiot. Right. I just wonder, because I didn't get into reverse immediately, because I know I didn't speed in the pit lane. Let's just do far chase here. So yeah, I mean, disaster. And I just trundle forward there. I reckon that's what cost me. That extra push forward. Even then, I pretty much run this guy over. Well, there we go. Another race. Another disaster. But it was fun. Quite enjoyed running that one tonight. We'll just ignore the disastrous pit stop. Well, I don't want to forfeit. Okay, there we go. Now we're out. Okay, let's have a look at the results. Yes, don't care about practice. Oh, maybe the race isn't up yet. Oh, that's just practice. Let's register for IMSA quickly. Make sure we're good to go here. Well, interesting times. Can't do pit stops anymore, apparently. Well, safety rating went up. iRating didn't go down too much, but had we actually finished, we would have had, well, at least a plus 50. So stupid. Oh, dear, dear, dear. But yes, well, I need the safety rating to recover a bit, so we'll tick that one off. Now, I do wonder how busy this race is going to be in open too. If it's going to be a little quiet like it was for, oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see that. But yes, so iRating down 20 something, and then safety rating up 0.18, and then I can't even remember where we finished, P13, P12. And I'm almost certain it was that extra movement in the pit lane Just crazy. There's a pretty big margin in the, in your pit box as well, so there's no need to be pushing it. But there we go. Pit lane speeding, reversing in pit lane. I don't think there's any more penalties I can get in the pit lane today, so maybe we can just get through this one without any drama. And it's annoying because that wasn't a particularly competitive race. It was pretty easy on the IR, but there we go. Now there was only 2 splits in this last night, so it was a pretty broad field, which was kind of cool. Basically had the top 5 that were way quicker than we were, and then we were sort of in the mix from P6, 7 onwards. And I guess we'll just have to see. Yeah, there's already more registered for this, so this should be a little busier. Hopefully 2 splits. And hopefully no... hopefully no... Just going to put the quali set on here. Yeah, no mistakes in the pit stop, right. So, it's going to be a dry race. Okay, well, I'm quite up for that. 2 dry races in succession, but the track right now is lightly wet, so we're going to go out just to get a sense of
You're on a dry tyre.
the tyres. Because if it's light, that's probably a wet
Give us
tyre.
a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
I feel like I think lightly wet is really a wet tyre. So that's what we'll stick on. Right, we only have a couple of minutes. I'm just going to do 1 lap round and then I just need to pop to the washroom before quali. But I'll just try and do not even really a lap here, but a bit of a sighter in terms of how the track feels. Yeah, still only 60 registered, so yeah, I don't know, it just feels quieter tonight.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
So I think it'll be like yesterday, basically, which is drying track. Pretty sure from memory, you start the race on a dry tyre because you don't want to make the change.
Car 5, just set the fastest lap. 52.5.
So I qualied on dry tyres, I think, with a 46 last night. You can see cars sliding everywhere here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to just make a judgment call. If I was qualifying now, I would qualify on wets. I will take a look at what tyres people put on when they quali and go out slightly, 30 seconds late. But yeah, let's go for a washroom break and then we'll be off. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. That wasn't the race service. Has no bearing whatsoever on what we're going to see. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, last night open, drying track, started off lightly wet. I think I qualied on dry tyres. I think. And it seemed to be the right choice. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Just gonna have to make a game time decision, maybe look at what others do. Right, so just looking at who's in this tonight, see if I recognise any names from yesterday. So I'm pretty sure Drew Swank, was in yesterday. He was quick. Yeah, I don't immediately recognise anyone else, so we'll see. Wow, foggy, but dry track. Dry track. So, if that's the case, yeah, so the track is dry. Great, it's just going to be a dry session. Nothing to worry about. Good, good, good. Takes one element out of it, but I am going to go for a quick lap just to get a feel for how things are out here. Well, another dry race. Interesting. Just want to do a few corners here and just get used to the gearing here. Longer gearing in the fixed set. This must be a short stack or shorter stack. So yeah, to be honest, with a totally dry corner, I actually think that disadvantages me because I haven't done as much running. I feel like rain is a bit, or wet track's a bit more of a leveler. So it is the time. Track feels fine. It's humid, so I don't think the engine runs as well in this humidity, if I remember right. So it's probably just engine like slightly slower at times than what I might be used to. Oh, look at that! We've got Ben Schleiter. So it's 2 splits like yesterday. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting mix. I'm guessing we're just going to have the top half of the field or top third of the field just be pretty rapid, and then hopefully, hopefully we're just going to be in the mix around, well, top 10 and maybe a little bit higher than that if we can have a clean race. Right, we're qualifying. Let's double check. We're on dry tyres. We are on dry tyres. Quali set's on. Let's see what we got tonight. Still laughing about the pit stop in the fixed session. 2 nights running, 2 different areas. Hilarious. Just trying not to put too much energy in these tyres here. I forget we're not practicing now. Again, not certain the track times, the lap times we're looking for here. Like last night's was not representative because the track was still damp during quali, to be honest, during most of the race. Try to get a half decent run. Maybe grab a few extra thousandths there. Okay, I mean we've got to be targeting top 10 here.
Here comes your first time lap.
Don't know if we need to be in first or second there. I mean that felt fine, but I wonder whether second would have been better. Cut that too much there. Ugh. That's a poor corner. Probably could tell, huge wheel spin oversteer on exit.
2 laps of fuel left.
I'll be honest, hasn't felt like a great lap, hasn't felt like an awful lap. 140 flat, well, definitely won't be that. Hopefully it's in the low 141s, 140s maybe, don't know. Okay, mid 40s. Okay, not too shabby. Let's push on now.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
I don't know if you can tell, but we are struggling with this back end. Crikey. Slipping and sliding, this is unexpected. Too wide unless I can just get the power down here, but no. Yeah, went in too deep, lost 2 tenths. Okay, well, is this going to be good enough to hold on for P somewhere in the top 10? Oof, probably. We will get bumped down a bit there. Definitely should have been 2 or 3 tenths quicker, but I mean, we'll take it for now.
There's the flag. It's over.
Okay, not terrible. P5, I mean, we've only got the Super Rapidos ahead of us. The Swank, no doubt, will be flying by at some point, and then we just see if we can hold our own with those around. So, yeah, we'll take that because it wasn't the best quality, but it was also not too bad. Right, race set on. I'll double check there. Right, let's try not to screw up the pit stop for the first time in 2 nights. That would be lovely. Hilarious. Maybe we can recover some IR and some more SR tonight. Right, look at that, 39.5. Wow, so we're just under a second off the fast time. Even if we'd hooked up an absolute ripper, I think the best we would have got is maybe 2 or 3 tenths quicker. So it would have only been a single place, if that, to be honest. So yeah, I feel like, you know, that's decent. We kind of qualified. Yeah, roughly where we're at, given we haven't done a ton of quali practice. But yeah, I've enjoyed this track, even though stupid pit stop mistakes the last 2 days have been a bit silly. I had forgotten that I do enjoy it. It's not too long, good elevation, always a bit of a challenge with some of the off-camber corners. Yeah. Glad to be racing here again. It's just so easy, I find, to just be racing at the same tracks again and again. Basically all the big iRacing special ones. Need to try and broaden out, but I haven't learnt a new track in a long time, so it's not ideal really. But that is life with kids and a full-time job, as many of you know very well. Right, come on, last race before the endurance tomorrow. Let's just try and keep it together for the whole race. Not half of the race, not up to the pit stop, actual full-time. Okay, no percent precipitation. I'm just doing a double check, which, yeah, nothing has changed, so just going to be foggy throughout. Otherwise, we're up and running. Let's jump in.
1 to go, next time by. Line up on the right side. The estimated strength of field is 3,203. Closed, pit road is closed. Tight field today, look for opportunities.
Juan Pablo, were we just racing you, or was that last night? Can't remember.
Half the field is on the grid.
Well, he's 4.4k. Was Juan, did he lead the fixed and win it? Yeah, I think he probably did, actually. I should have been P2, but as we know, I don't know how to do pit stops anymore. Yeah, this, honestly, the 2 races tonight were good ways to get some IR in the bank. It wasn't overly competitive in the fix, would have been easy pickings. Just looking at what you guys are seeing on the stream. Yeah, I feel that that's a little better, just having
5 cars left to grid.
just having the 2 multi-class. I mean, let me know if you think really you want to have the top 3 in both. I'll switch it back on. I just felt like it really kind of cut down, but I didn't want to take less cars around me off because I could have gone down to 3 in front, 3 behind. So I don't know, I'm just kind of playing with it, just fine-tuning as we go. Right, so in
waiting on the final car to grid.
Fuel is a bit of a thing, so we're not going to save fuel initially, but it definitely is something I'm going to pay attention to once we kind of get into the rhythm of the race. Right, let's see what we got. Try and hold our own against these guys. It will be pretty tough to keep up with the guys ahead, I think. No one lower than 3.9k.
6 car. Catch 9 car. Catch 5 car. Catch 17 car. Catch 30 car. Catch 38 car. Catch 35 car.
Also quite like that this is not a full lap around. I mean, it's a short circuit, so honestly I don't understand why it isn't, but kind of hate doing full parade laps, just annoys me.
Catch 1 car. About to go green, stay focused.